He was born with secrets buried in his bloodline. Episode 6. Rain poured heavily that night. Adaize sat by the window, clutching her Bible, her eyes fixed on Chiziterem as he slept peacefully on the couch. But her mind wasn't at peace. The message on the wall haunted her. The other is not gone. What did it mean? She stood up, walked over, and gently placed her hand on her son's head. God protect him. Whatever shadow is rising, let your light swallow it. But just as she prayed, Chiziterem opened his eyes slowly. But they were not his. They glowed faintly red. And his voice, deep and unfamiliar, said, "Mommy, don't touch me. I'm not alone anymore." Adaize stumbled back in fear. "Chizi, what are you saying?" He blinked, and his eyes returned to normal. "I saw him," he whispered, trembling. "He looks like me, but darker. He's angry." Adaize hugged him. "It's okay, baby. We will pray. We will fight." But in her spirit, she felt something had already shifted. The next morning, she went back to Mama Ori, the blind priestess. Before Adaize could even speak, the woman said, "He's coming, the twin, the one that never made it, the sacrifice that refused to stay silent." Adaize gasped. I had a miscarriage before, Chiziterem, but the doctor said the baby didn't form well." Mama Ori nodded. "He did form, spiritually, but he was traded, a covenant made by someone close to you." "Who?" Adaize whispered, her lips shaking. "The one who gave you the gift that started it all." Adaize's knees buckled. "Mama Ebuka." Mama Oria looked sad. "Yes, she wanted a grandson for her own gain. She made a deal. One child would live, one would be forgotten. But Chiziterem is light, and light always stirs up the dark." That night, Adaize had a vision. She saw two boys standing in a forest. Both looked like Chiziterem. One glowed softly. The other was covered in shadows, his eyes empty. The dark one turned to her and said, "I was left behind. I want my place. He took it." Adaize shouted, "You are both my children." But he hissed, "You chose him." She woke up screaming. The lights in the room flickered. The air felt cold. Then she looked at the wall. Another message had been written, in black soot, "Let me in, or I will come through him." The next day, Chiziterem stopped speaking. He only stared at the walls, whispering to himself. When Pastor Elisha came, he tried to pray, but Chiziterem shook his head violently. "He's not here," he said in a tiny voice. "I'm not the only one anymore." Pastor Elisha stood still. "The twin has entered. We need to separate their spirits. Fast." "How?" Adaize asked. 7 nights, no food, no distraction. "We must call his soul to choose, light or darkness." That night, the fasting began. Candles were lit. Psalms echoed through the house. Chiziterem lay in the middle, surrounded by prayer warriors. Each night he cried in his sleep. Each night the candles shook. On the 5th night he screamed in his sleep, "I don't want to hurt anyone. Stop using me." And for a moment every mirror in the house cracked. On the 7th night, just before midnight, Chiziterem opened his eyes. He sat up, looked around, and spoke with clarity. "I went there. I saw the other me." He said he just wanted to be seen, to be loved. Adaize knelt. "And what did you say to him?" "I hugged him." "What happened after that?" "He started to cry. Then he vanished. Then he looked up. But he left something with me." "What?" Chiziterem's voice became calm. "His pain, and now I must carry it too." The air went still. Then behind them, the last candle went off on its own. 2 weeks later, things returned to normal, or so they thought. Until one afternoon, Adaize walked into Chiziterem's room and found him writing symbols on the wall. "What are you doing?" He turned slowly, and on the wall, written in chalk, were the words, "Prepare the way. The bloodline is not clean." Did Chiziterem truly separate from the shadow, or did they merge? What secret lies deep in Adaize or Ebuka's bloodline? Can light carry pain and still remain light? Comment below. If your child carried a broken soul that wasn't his, would you fight for him, or would you run before the curse spreads? Stay tuned for episode 7.